So we're gonna start this week off. This first week of July. Nice deer in the field here. Beautiful field there. Look how high the grass is getting. A lot of spider webs. A lot of old weaver starting to spin their silhouettes on there. And great thing about spiders, if they don't catch any insects in the web that they have to feed on, they'll actually consume their web and respin it the next day. Usually when you come back from the marsh in the daytime, all these webs have disappeared that was spun overnight. Got a nice female red-winged blackbird here on a phragmite. That's the reeds with the big feathers on them. Not too feathery because it's been very wet there, as you can see. So, nice kingbird with the male red-winged blackbird out there on the cedar tree. Very nice to watch the kingbirds. Always exciting to watch them do their stuff. They catch insects in the air very well. There's my male osprey sitting on his perch. Didn't really do a lot until after she went out for the first time ever. I ever seen this osprey, the girl, go out and catch fish and bring it back while she's been there. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. There's a nice willet coming straight in. Certainly, the willets are always active, always territorial, very territorial birds. They chase each other around. They just are very noisy, squawky, and always like to be active. It doesn't seem like they ever really sit and relax too often. They're always like buzzing around from one little part of the marsh to the other part of the marsh, chasing other willets around. And this one here, he's coming in for a landing, getting ready to land on the point, curling around me, giving me the eye there. You can see the eye. He's going to go curl onto the point and start his little bit of feeding. It's weird. I watch them probe their beaks, but I've never seen them have anything substantial as far as food goes yet, and it's been years and years and years. So maybe one day I'll focus a little bit more on that. This is the snowy egret in fight, not a baby egret. A lot of people see them with the big great egrets and think they're baby egrets. See the yellow feet? That's how the 100% ID of a snowy egret, because there are some other species of egret, especially down Florida, that start off white and small. Certainly, this is my two babies. There they are. They're getting big. It's going to get bigger and bigger. Things are getting better at the nest. Action is picking up. Loving the action. Here's the nest across from me. This is a male osprey that's been tormenting this nest, and I've only seen one chick in this nest this week, and last week there were 3. So I'm a little bit concerned that 2 of the chicks have perished. Here's the male osprey of that nest, and he is mad. He sees that one hovering around, and he's gunning it right towards them, and he is really letting out a cry, and he flew right across my face, shooting out after this male and chasing him. And we'll get more into that, more interaction as the season progresses. A beautiful osprey, just giving me the look right in the eye. Look at them eyes. It's very. There's so many osprey in the nest in this marsh that it is always flybys. Always flybys, coming, going, getting fish, going out to get fish. Just a lot of singles. A lot of young ospreys that are yet to settle down. Is at least, in my view, at least 4 birds that they have paired up but have not successfully reared any young this year. Again, there's a snowy egret in flight. Might be a duplicate there. I'm sorry about that, but that happens. This is a work in progress, doing these videos and stuff. And, certainly, if you heard any rumbling, that was Sakara, one of my cats, rumbling through. This is the great egret with the black feet. That's the tall one. That's the tallest white bird that you see. It's the biggest of the herons and egrets that we have is the great blue heron that frequents the marsh. Dragonflies are starting to show up in the marsh. Very, very slow with the insects this year. Certainly the butterflies are just almost non-existent. Did see some yellow sulphurs this weekend and some orange sulphurs. Actually, cloud sulphurs, not yellow, but and some orange sulphurs, but not much in anything else. Here's 2 of the heaviest flying birds in North America. Yes, they are. These two mute swans. They are the heaviest flying birds in North America. The heaviest flying bird in the world is the Cory bustard of Africa. The great California condor has a much larger wingspan, well, somewhat larger wingspan than these thunder swans, but does not weigh what these mute swans that weigh. These things are just, and they need the air under their wings to lift off. You can see the breeze now on the water. Some of the earlier pictures we've seen that it was flat calm and they weren't really ready to move. And look at that. Look at the size of that bird coming straight at me. So certainly that's what we want to see all the time. So we got the female osprey now coming to the nest. She's bringing back meal. It's like I said, this is the first time ever, and I've been in this nest for countless number of years, and the first time I've ever seen her return at all with food. She always stays with the young. The male always goes out. This is really cool. This is eider ducks. They most of them nest in the Arctic Circle. We got a clutch of 9 here. That's 2 females. So I think it's called a cache when a couple of females group together to do that. I could be wrong, but well, maybe you can look it up and let me know in the comments. Certainly happy. Red-winged blackbird again, escorting. That's almost a word. Escorting the osprey out into the from the fields to the marsh. He just doesn't like him around. Does not like him around at all. That's just part of the game. Beautiful. Look at the size of the one wing there, and then the whole red-winged blackbird doesn't even come close to covering one wing of an osprey. Ospreys have extremely long wings. They stand pretty short. Only like, I think about 18 inches, but their wingspan is just, it's way more than a red-tailed hawk. They're smaller than a red-tailed hawk. Here we got some action going on. Little video. I've been trying to incorporate some video. This is, of course, snow egret. This was July 4th. Very foggy morning, a lot of rain. Wasn't the greatest day for me weather-wise, but action-wise. For a little while, I had this beautiful little snowy egret. It did start to rain. I did get washed out. Let's watch this egret just hunt. How he does a little. There's such a. I don't know. I've always had a love watching egrets and herons hunt. You'll see it at times. He'll shake his foot on the bottom, and it'll disturb the soil, and then they'll shoot something. You see him wiggling his foot there a little bit. See him right there wiggling, and boom. I don't know what they feel that, or if they don't feel that. It's just something that's I just can't put my finger on what's going on with that. Here's some more action as we come to a close in this video. I'm going to try to get better with the videoing. This was certainly a horrendous day for videoing, but let's just watch this egret. This is in slow-mo. Look at them. They're so fast when it comes to fast motion that it's really is. They just zoom around, zoom, in these little pockets that flood into the marsh. Of course, this is a super high tide this week, so that's why we got so much flooding in the marsh. This week there was no sandbar exposed for the oyster catchers or anything like that to be seen. I mean, I did hear oyster catchers fly by, but and weeks go by. We'll play the whole thing out, the tide, how it influences the life in this marsh, and it's a pretty extraordinary thing to do. See, this is where he's really wiggling the feet. Now watch him. See him tinka. He's doing that. They disturb whatever's in the mud, the soil. I mean, they can be feeding on anything from fiddler crabs inside the grass to little tiniest of the green crabs that he could be digging out with his fish. Last week we saw him catching them shrimp-like creatures, and he was doing that a lot with the shrimp-like creatures. Did see him get an eel earlier, or some type of long worm. So they numerous prey, and right there he's got something small, but he doesn't like it. It probably was just But then he goes. So I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Subscribe, please, to the channel if you like it. Give me a likes up. Give me some comments, whatever you feel. Again, I think we might be calling this Wild Wednesdays or something. The day I'm planning to release videos, and that will work our way to every week, hopefully, if I can stay on pace and continue to follow this Osprey family.